inshallah. So I'm just going to talk about money and investing. So a tip that I have, if you're new to money and investing, and you have, even if you have like $100, $1,000, $1,000,000, this is some like tips that I'd like to give you about this. Look how she's sitting. Such a cool dog. The tips that I would give is start. You want to play this game like once a week at least, or if you want once a day, and you get better at this game. You know what I mean? The more you play this game, the better you get. And the game is you have 300 grand. So you have $300,000. Open a notepad on your phone, and with this 300 grand, you want to write down what you would invest in. So so for me, say I had 300 grand right now. What would I put my 300 grand in? I would put at this current time, I'd put maybe 30 grand into Tesla because it's on a drop because Elon Musk was smoking weed and stuff like this. I like buying stocks on dips. I'd put 30 grand in Tesla. I'd put 30, so I'd split it into 10 pieces of 30 grand is 300 grand, yeah? So I'd put 30 grand Tesla, 30 grand into Facebook because Mark Zuckerberg and all these things that are happening now is like a good time to buy on the dip for Facebook. So 30 grand Tesla, 30 grand Facebook, 30 grand Caterpillar because I think the world is just starting to build up concrete and stuff like this. I would put like it's only starting development, and Caterpillar sells the tools to develop the world. 30 grand into Match Group because Tinder is like a huge app, and I think it's gonna like completely. It's taken over dating now. Most people use Tinder instead of like talking to people for dating. So Tinder, like Match Group. So that's 330 grand. So that's 90 grand. I still have another 210 grand. I would put 30 grand in cash. So I have like cash monies for traveling and spending. I'd put 30 grand into I'd buy a catamaran, like a yacht. You can get really good yacht deals. 30 grand is plenty to get a 40-foot yacht if you look for good deals around like Miami, Florida, and Fort Lauderdale. Uh, what else would I buy? I'd put 30,000 into Bitcoin because it's a hedge and Bitcoin is like a revolutionary like currency. I'd put 30 grand into different cryptocurrencies that I know about. You need to research, but this is just my list that I'm making. So the game is you want to make a list and write down how you would invest 300 grand. And then next month you want to check your list and see how you did. And you want to make another list and improve on that list. And you can start off. So say you have this big list and you have 300 grand, but say you have $100. So you can put your $100 into one of the things on your list and start building your portfolio in this way. And what you realize is you really start to learn. It's like a really good education. Most people they either never get a lot of money, or if they do get a lot of money, they waste it because they don't have the experience of playing this game of like what would they do with a lot of money and how will it work out in the long run. So, um, yeah, this is what I would do. I would start playing this game. I have congratulations. Today you received 300 grand. How would you invest it? Make your list. And then next month, check your list, see how you did. Make a new list with like updated things you learned, things you would change. Read books. I recommend books like Think and Grow Rich, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Tony Robbins' Money is a really good one. Ray Dalio, I think his book is named um, I forgot the name of the book, but Ray Dalio has written a really good book, Principles. Principles, that's a really good book by Ray Dalio. I'd read that. He was like a very powerful investor. Another one is Lots of Things by Carnegie. I think his name Andrew Carnegie. He's the one that wrote like Think and Grow Rich, and he's an amazing. And Charles Schwab, for example, was one of his students. And I recommend if you're like into stocks, securities, bonds, and things like this, mutual funds, ETFs, Vanguard funds, you check out Charles Schwab Broker because Charles Schwab Broker kind of took the principles that he learned from Andrew Carnegie, and like he was one of the richest people in America, Charles Schwab, and he built this investment firm, and they kind of carry on the same principles as he had. So these are my recommendations, and thank you for listening. Please comment and let me know what your thoughts are. I'll release more videos about like travel, how to make money, how to be free. And remember, your thoughts and words are prayers that change the world. Always remember this. You're very powerful. You're like one of the most powerful beings on earth. So remember this. You're not something weak or dumb, or you're very intelligent and powerful. And remember, your words and thoughts, they change the world. Thank you for listening. Bye.